Well, right now, I have my mentor, Joelle, who's like one of the pinnacle people in my life. I have my mom. I recruited my daughter. And I want to say I have a great support system. I think at this point now is learning to ask, because I have a hard time of asking for help. And I think that goes back to when I was pregnant as well. So even through Mom Noir and me promoting it, I'm still learning myself within my own company. So as far as recruitment, we're getting there. We're at the start of actually creating more merch. So I'm trying to navigate what business to partner up with so I can outsource things.
One of the brothers that was on my staff is here, but I had to let him go. I had to let him go. I'm not saying who. No. Well, no. When we bought it, we had the administrative. I don't even think you could say secretary anymore, but she basically took in our calls and set up my appointments. We had a warehouse, 22,000 square foot warehouse. 2 techs on the road, including myself, 3 working vans. I provided health insurance, even though we were not really in a good space to provide it, but we felt that everyone needed insurance. So we provided health and dental insurance. Yeah, that was basically the breakdown of it. So I was responsible for, utilities for the, utilities for the warehouse, insurance for the vans, the loan from the bank, so we had to generate more income per month than actually spending.
The way we recruit, let's say, models or let's say photographers, what we do is like, we use social media. We also use people that we know, and we collaborate, and we try to do things like how we can benefit each other or things like that. Or sometimes we'll pay people for specific things that we need to get done or things like that. Mm-hmm. The roles, like we go back and forth with the roles. So let's say if we have to create a particular product, right? Like, oh, okay, you do this product and then I'll do the next one. Like, for example, like a jacket, right? He'll create the jacket, then I'll just create the hat. So we take loads off each other's work and stuff like that. So we go back and forth. So we divide the amount of work and things like that. Because we both we twins, so it's like we always was into the same thing. We was into drawing, designing and stuff. So we both like to do the same thing. So we just split the work, because we always just splitting everything growing up. So it's like we just split workloads.
So right now I have a team of 3. I have a graphic designer who works with me on designs and brand identity projects. I have a web designer, and I also have a social media strategist. So all 3 of them help me tremendously, because before I really was doing it on my own, and I really had to, move quickly, and the efficiency wasn't that great because obviously I'm by myself. There's only so many projects I could take, so many deadlines I could work with, and so it was very difficult. So having them with me has made a world of difference. I could take more projects, I could do more, I could help more. I could really be there with my clients from the beginning to the end, which is what I desire to do. And each of them have brought so much to the table. My graphic designer, who I sometimes I say is better than me, he is amazing. He is quick. He is an amazing visionary, and he gets it. And together we work on branding projects, and we just help strategize and create brand identities. I have my web designer, who he's so dope. He's so down to help people understand what they're doing, and just he's willing to work hard nights, months to get those websites up and going, and he's always so supportive. of the client. We get a lot of clients who are not tech savvy, so he's always there helping them and answering whatever question. And then finally, I have my social media strategist, which is actually my cousin, and she is like, she's amazing. She's used to juggling like 15 social media pages at a time. So she is definitely somebody that I look to for advice on how to go about, social media, which is extremely important today. And with them, I just feel like I got like the Avengers, a version of the Avengers if it was like a creative marketing firm, something like that. So yeah, so we're striving, we're small and mighty, and we're really learning how to work together, and we're killing it, if I do say so myself.
The team is something that is amazing. When you have a team, it's like some way you can rally each other. You can give each other like a responsibility. You can count with each other. Put like this. If I can by now teach a class, I can count on Coach Lena. I can count on Coach Rosa. I can count on Coach Gabby. I can count on Coach Steve. I can count any coaches who is an organization because they're willing to come in and make a difference in the people's life. Work as a team is like the more individual, on this business, individual, you have certain point you go, you get stuck by yourself. You need to build organization. You need to build a team. You got to bring people in to do exactly the same thing you do to make a difference in the community. Make a long story short, just past June, we did a marathon, a 10 days marathon, twice, 10 days. Overall, is 196 pounds lost on 20 days, on 2 10-day separate marathon on the community. Imagine how many lives we are helping, how many lives we are saving by being in the community, helping people from obesity to be healthy and be able to live happy and healthy lifestyle.
One of the things that we are actually like focusing on and planning is building a team to take off the loads of work off of us, because in order for like a company to be successful, you need to build a team, and you need to free some time for yourself to be able to manage the company and do other things while you can take the loads of production and give it to other people and things like that too.
Our goal is to find like people that have the same mindset we have, that's go-getters, people with ambition, drive, like people that don't look back, regardless, whatever that's with the grind.
And entrepreneurs too.
Yeah.
Because once you have like an entrepreneur that's willing to work with you, it just gives it. You both can feedback off each other, and then I don't know, it just motivates you more.
I think really the only time that I really had a conflict with one of the staff is that he was there longer. When I bought the company, he came with the company, and one thing I would give advice to anyone is like, don't go into a business that you can't run on your own. If you can't run it on your own, don't depend on people, right? And with the coffee business, there's so many machines, and it changes every 6 months that it's kind of impossible to kind of know everything. So the one staff at one time, I think he kind of felt that he was older, and he can kind of tell me what to do, and I had to let him know real quick, like, it's not that type of time. I told him you can walk out the door right now and just don't come back. I really don't care, because before I let someone try to tell me how I'm going to run my business, you can get out of here and I'll file for bankruptcy, But it's like you're trying to create something, you're trying to give people, your best, and they think that they can walk on you. That can't be tolerated either.
Let's say when something goes wrong or shipment goes to somewhere else, what we do, we always try to reason with the person. So even sometimes people might try to scam or things like that. Even that, we still
Send them a
send
different
another
product.
one. We apologize. You know, there was a mistake. There's things like that, and we still send another one. You know, just because we still growing too. So we want to build that relationship with the customer, so the customer could always come back. So that's the thing we learn, especially through doing research and things like that. And how do companies have 50-year periods, 70-year periods, and just staying and just continuously growth? It's just they understand their customer base.
Like, for example, Amazon. Their packages get stolen, get lost all the time, but they always refund the customer or send a new one to the customer. You know what that does? Like, eventually, it's just like you always gonna order from Amazon, because even if you lose the package, you're gonna get your money back, or you're gonna get the product. They reship another product. So that is like a good business model, to where you won't have as much like bad reviews and things like that, because like the customer service is on point. That you're gonna get something out of it. Like, you're not just gonna be like you lost your money and you didn't get no product. Because a lot of companies sometimes they don't care. Like, you lost your product, order another one.
Can you talk about the importance of customer care?
The importance of customer care is always something that every business should focus on, because they're the ones that's giving you money. So if somebody's willing to give you money, you're supposed to like go above and beyond. Even though they might pay for something small, but they didn't have to buy the thing from you. So the moment that the customer comes to you, and you're supposed to go all out regardless the situation. Because now what you're doing is creating like, I wouldn't say a fan, but you're creating a loyal customer that's always, when you release something, they're like, oh, I have to get that, and things like that. Customer is the number one thing.
So remember when we talked about brick walls and obstacles and just problems? Having a team helps with efficiency, but sometimes there are things that come up. So unfortunately, my web designer got into a car accident, and he's okay. Praise God, he's good. But it did delay the project, not gonna lie, because I was waiting for some of his things to complete the package, the proposal to send off, yada, yada, yada. I was able to just email the client. They're really understanding. And that's what I love about my clients. We're just regular people who are trying to do something for other people. So they understood. I was able to email them and tell them there's going to be a delay due to unforeseen circumstances, yada, yada. And my web designer is okay. He's literally my friend. I check up on him. I FaceTime him. So that's something else that is very important to me, is building a culture where it's not stressful. You don't feel like you get in an accident, you have to come back to work. So there's that. There will be times when other things come up and maybe the client isn't as understanding. And if that's the case, then for me, it is what it is. If that client, can't understand or obviously has a deadline themselves, then I'm more than open to referring them to somebody else, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to risk the comfortability or the mental health or whatever's going on of the people I work with to meet a deadline. It's never that deep for me. But yeah, so that's kind of how I maneuver it. I encourage everybody to maneuver it and remember that you're working with human beings. But yeah, things come up.
I had to fire my daughter today, though, because she was supposed to help me with something, but no. I don't know. So Mom Noir is not my only job. I'm a property manager by day. So it's the craziest, it's the craziest environment ever. I deal with elderly seniors that thinks the sites is the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. So it's a lot because especially during COVID, I would take a lot of the work home. So I'm learning now to set boundaries. Like my 9 to 5 is my 9 to 5 and mom noir is mom noir. So I can say like with the crisis that I've dealt with, it's every day. I either have a resident, flooding their apartment or someone starting a fire or, my site is actually near Dudley. So a homeless person trying to break in and steal people's mail or packages and stuff. So how I deal with the crisis is I pray, and then I pray some more, and then I show tough skin and just go through it.
Being an entrepreneur is like sometimes like, because like when, especially not where I am, you build a team. Remember, nobody's perfect. They will take a lot of self-development for you to be willing to handle some tough situation, willing to be in the middle of issue and try to figure out how you can be able to find a solution for the issue that bring it to you. In 2022, start new year, I told myself, anybody who come to me right now, I'm gonna use Mark Hughes' philosophy, is no problem. Any issue come our way, put like this. On beginning of the year, I lost 19 people out of my team. They all just walk away. Each one have an issue. Each one keep saying stuff. When they come to me with the issue, only thing I say, no problem. How can I be able to help you? With the no problem attitude, it helps you understanding because like you had to figure out, find solution to the issue so you'll be able to help. The way I was trying to do it is when you come with the problem, my question to you is, did you find a solution for it? What is your solution for it? What it is, can you be able to do it so you can find a solution for it? How can we work this out? How can we figure out together? And sometimes it's not easy because my business is 99.9% is women. There's nothing wrong. I love working with women. But like sometimes for you to bring the issue, the problem, for you to be in the middle, look it down and stand up, listen. Because on this business, you have to listen the issue. You have to listen to the problem. You are the solution for them. So how can you be able to resolve it? You have to do a lot of self-development for yourself. You have to read a lot of books. And all this is a component who actually helped me. I listened to Jim Rohn, Tom Robinson. All that is kind of motivation. And also being on Eric Ward class I'm taking every day. So that is the way it can help me personally get better into my business.
Liability insurance. So our liability insurance is expensive. You needed at least $1 million policy because you're working with machines that require electricity and water. Anytime you can get killed or you can burn the place down. So the liability insurance, your automotive insurance is going to be high. And not anyone could just get in the car and drive it. Each van was designated to each tech, and only that tech can drive that van. So just insurance that we paid alone a month was in the thousands.
Were you guys an LLC?
We did turn it into an LLC. Yeah. Having a good business partner will take some of the load off of you. And it also, if you have, if you're strengthened here, on this hand, but weak on this field, your business partner should be able to have that strength on which you're weak in, what you're weak on, but y'all also have to be on the same page and definitely don't let money become a factor and start to divide y'all at the beginning stages because it's going to take at least 3 years for you to start making your profits. So within that first 3 to 5 years, you're really gonna be testing each other and trying to build patience with each other. Everything is just not money off the top.
At the moment, we just right now we are doing partnership, but we're still gonna, we're gonna look at our different options that's gonna best benefit us in the long run. In the long run.
Well, Mom Noir is a LLC. I'm still going back and forth if I want it to be nonprofit. I don't know yet because I'm still researching it. I'm not really educated on that aspect yet, but it's something that I've had the insight talking to a few people that they think that it should be, but I would want to be more educated on that part first before jumping into it. Well, because she's 12, she's still learning. So I still kind of have the lead on the business ownership, but I think going through this journey with her, I see her like the way I envision Mom Noir to be, that I could take a step back and she could take over. And our story together is what actually created Mom Noir. So she's the cause and the reason to why it even exists. So she loves it. And I think if she gets older and she's like, this is something I don't want to do. I have nieces and nephews and other family members that might take on it and stuff. But as of right now, like she's the one, like if I have a merch idea, she'll come up with some sayings and stuff because I'm like 38. So I'm kind of not hip with the lingo that these kids talk now. So she'll come up and be like, oh no, Mom, that's cool. Or no, Mom, that's whack. Or however these kids say it nowadays. So she has really good ideas. And I don't know if it's the Aries in her or just her spirit within itself, because I feel like she's been here before. So most of the stuff that she does, it's like, wow, like you do have an eye for it at a young age.